Hi, so I've just come back to our lovely viewpoint to introduce today to you. I'm on day 5 of the steroid taper, and today I took 10 milligrams of prednisolone. I took 75 milligrams of diclofenac because that's going to be my every other day thing, so that's the every other day. And I take 4.5 ml of LDN, low dose naltrexone, which I get through private prescription because that's not available on the NHS. And I'm doing lots of walking, which is probably one of the most important prescriptions with the drugs. The walking and the drugs are both really important for me doing well. So that's where we're up to today, and things are going really well. Right, so it's Monday and it's about 4 o'clock and I'm out for another walk, and it's an absolutely glorious day, which means it's lovely to walk in. But the reason I wanted to make a video now, apart from to say I've been up all day, I'm doing well, I went out this morning for a 2-hour walk. Well, half an hour of that I was chatting to someone, but a 2-hour walk. And then I popped to our local shop and was chatting to someone else on the way back, which is always nice in lockdown when you bump into people outside. But I was then doing some washing up and clearing up and some stuff on the laptop, and I just wanted to explain to you what happens when I stay in one position a lot, and say I'm doing stuff on the laptop and I'm kind of just doing stuff at home in the kitchen or something. What happens is my head begins to feel like it's kind of increasingly full of pressure. And it's the same, my back, the pain in my back and the pressure in my back, particularly in my lumbar spine, builds up, and it can also build up in my neck. And from what I can gather, I think and through kind of Dr. Tennant's work and other people's writings, I think this could be a CSF flow thing, as I said before, because sitting down is one of the worst things that happens to me. But so my way of dealing with that is to come out for a walk. And so I've been walking about 15 minutes now. And I want to tell you what happens, because it happened earlier as well. So my head can begin to build up with pressure and I can get quite yawny. So I can yawn a lot. It's like when you need to, you're going up in a plane or something. And this happened to me actually when I did go in a plane in 2019. It was just horrific. My pressure went through the roof, particularly because I was leaning back, as I've explained before. But my pressure kind of builds and I get very yawny and very kind of agitated, and it kind of feels very intense. And so I go out for a walk and I start off kind of with that intense feeling, but as I'm walking, my ears begin to pop and I begin to feel a release. And I can literally, it like feels like as I begin to walk and I'm trying to kind of relax my back and my legs and kind of walk, with a steady pace, it kind of, what it feels like to me is suddenly kind of my CSF flow, my pressure's kind of getting back, my ears begin to pop and my pressure begins to regulate. So now that's interesting, because I know hearing people that have high pressure, obviously exertion can kind of increase their pressure. People that have low pressure, exertion can make them leak more. But I don't know, for me it seems to be the walking helps maybe the flow, which helps the pressure. It could be, if I'm still leaking a bit, that maybe the leak kind of helps stabilise my pressure as a kind of natural shunt. Who knows? I don't really know. That's all just thought and theory. I don't know. But actually, I then walk in, and I've been walking now, I don't know, about 20 minutes. And apart from the fact I'm talking, which can make my head worse, I can just feel my head and my back kind of just begin to release, that pressure kind of release. And that's why people with arachnoiditis and mild adhesive arachnoiditis, because if it's bad you can't walk, as long as you can walk, if you're not in a flare, then it's one of our best positions. It's such a relief. But it hasn't always been like that, because between my relapse in 2019, which was April, May, after we came back from Italy actually, I had a horrendous relapse. We didn't know about the arachnoiditis. By then I was so traumatized by the fact we couldn't find my leak, and then the fact that I had a seizure from the myelogram, so I thought no one's going to look for it anymore. I ended up acutely kind of suicidal. I had a complete mental breakdown and physical breakdown, wasn't sleeping, in horrific pain, and it was just awful. And for months and months it was awful, and I couldn't walk very far and my legs didn't work. But slowly I would pick up on this kind of walking and moving my legs. So, but I never got back to what I had before that, which was I could kind of do what I'm doing now, kind of just keep walking in the day. I never got back to that until I had the steroids in the summer of 2020. That was when I could finally get back to being upright pretty much all day and walking for miles. But that is always, being able to walk has always been very good and very liberating for my head. So I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's significant, and I don't understand it all, but it's kind of part of my crazy journey. And yeah, if you think you might have arachnoiditis and you can walk, then walk and walk and walk and walk, and it might help you. Bye for now.